I really started to look at recently this thing called motivation. Let me just like break it down for what it means to me. And do I use motivation? And how do I use motivation? And what does keep me motivated? So I really analyzed it. And this is what I came up with. One of the things I do to keep me motivated is I attend inspiring events. 10X ladies and events like that I've attended, whether it's GrowthCon, I'm always inspired by 10X GrowthCon. But when I go to events too, that are other people's events that are like-minded and I can get valuable content and information from them, and I can kind of hear something that changes my thinking. I'm inspired by that. Like I suck and use it. So attending inspiring events, like I don't read books, unfortunately, but I do listen to them on Audible. That's very inspiring. Since the beginning of this year, I think I have 15 Audible books under my belt. They inspire me. Like I get excited hearing about other people's lives and how they approach things. And I just feel smarter. That is inspiring to me. That's motivating me, right? It motivates me to like do things. Who inspires you and what are you listening to? Right now, I'm listening to a book called Killing Kennedy, but I did just listen to I just listened to Killing the Mob, Killing Kennedy. I listened to this book called Killing the Celebrities, which was about Elvis's story. Then it went to Muhammad Ali. No, then it went to the Beatles and then Muhammad Ali, and about how the three of them had, that they lost their autonomy, where somebody else kind of controlled their lives. And it was just a phenomenal book. These books inspired me, but I've listened to many books. I just got hooked on I listened to Killing the Patriot. So I listened to that whole series of books because they're amazing, but I love Audible. I listen to 10X Mentor, Grant books. I listen to 10X Rule on there. I listen to all of Grant's stuff. Okay, listening to success stories of the people in our lives that are winning from our products and services, that motivates me the most, honestly. So motivated, what makes me motivated? This is like the new answer that I have that I'm so proud of. Okay, so what I do now is I really look at how much do you or I want the goal? Like, how much do you want that goal? Like whether it's losing weight or a dollar amount or like a status with your kids or your husband or a job or whatever it is, how much do you want that goal? You got to rate it from a 1 to 10. And then I take up those 10s, because they're probably going to rank more in priority, right? But how much do you want that goal? I really look at that. And then the next thing I do is I look at what I will gain. What do I get to gain if I attain this goal? And I literally write it out, all the things that I gain. And then the next thing that I do is I write, what do I lose if I don't get this goal? Sometimes the loss motivates me more than what I gain. Ironically enough. I mean, seriously, sometimes the thought of the failure, like in life, you have your haters, you have your enemies, and you need those, right? Because otherwise life would be boring. You don't want to sit down and play a game of chess or checkers by yourself. I mean, if you know you're going to win because you're playing both sides, what's the fun of the game, right? How boring would life be if that was all you had? So you do need an opposition and an opposing side, right? But once you understand like your big goals, right, and where you're going, like your purpose, right, now you got to figure out, how do you surround yourself with those positive people? How do you surround yourself with the people that have the same purpose energy, the same purpose lines as you do? How do you align with people that want to see people flourish and prosper, that want to see people have wealth and success, that want to see people have personal growth? Like, you've got to line yourself up with the people who are pro advocates for your purpose, and kind of like start distancing yourself from people that really have that anti intention. You want to stay away from the people that have anti-intentions towards your intentions, like counter intentions. Keep away from them and set up and surround yourself by people who are positive. I already said this, but then after that, I get a friendly competition going. I like competition. I like games, I want to win. I want, and if I don't have somebody like, that I can look over and where you at, even if we're on the same team. Of course, I want the competition to be on the same team, right? Like, hey, what's my personal reward? So that's the next one, right? What's my personal reward if I hit this target? What's the group award if we do this? And then set up that competition that can hold you accountable, that can also, be that little prod that you need to like get you like going, like on a horse, keep you motivated, jacked up, right? So I like friendly competitions because I like games, right? I like action. I like, I don't like just like, oh, it doesn't matter. And it's the journey and it doesn't matter when you get there. Just enjoy the process. That ain't me. I still have a big chip on my shoulder on that one. Okay. Like I want to get there. Like, I don't want to be on the plane on the way to the vacation. I want to be at the vacation. So, I want the prod. I don't want to spend, 20 hours in turbulent skies trying to get to freaking Fiji. I want to be at Fiji. So I want somebody that's like going to get me there faster. So set up the rewards, but also find your friendly competition, right? Okay. And then I already said, I attend events, I read my books, I listen to the success stories, share the success stories with the people on your team. That's very inspiring and motivating. And then lastly, look it over daily and see where you're at. Now, I have a new answer for when people ask me about motivation. Okay, that's what I do.